Okay, little disclaimer before we start. So I wanted to go ahead and say that I am very thankful for over 300 subscribers now. I think we're about to hit 325 if I'm not mistaken. So thank you all for that. And other big news is that I'm moving. So I know I said in videos in the past that I was in the process of moving, but we had shit happen to where we could have had the house or not the house, the apartment, but we didn't get it. So we have an apartment now. We are going to be moving in either this week or next week. It depends on when this video goes live, but it is happening soon. So you won't be seeing this setup much longer. So when the video does come to where we are going to be doing that, I will go ahead and be showing you what the new place looks like. Probably not in depth, but you're going to see a much different background from here on out. But yeah, I think I have one or two more videos planned and already recorded to where it is this background. So don't be surprised when this goes away because we all move. It all comes eventually. But yeah, let's just go ahead and just jump into this video because we want to see Yu-Gi-Oh cards and I'm not going to hold you much longer. So to the deck. Oh, hey, what's up, you guys? How's it going? It's Papa, and today we are going to be taking a look at my Dark Warrior Turbo list, which isn't really that dark now anymore. Basically, it's just now more of a Warrior Toolbox kind of deck, but I mean, you've seen all my decks in the past to where, or all my previous profiles, I should say. I mean, I've just been reiterating it. I've had people ask me about updates for it, and I've come to the list that I wanted to do. It's not really too different from the previous lists, so if you want to, go ahead and check out the rest of my channel because they're on there somewhere. So if you want to see my previous list, they're basically the same. There's only like 4 or 5 card differences, but the extra deck has changed a little bit, and I don't have a side deck for this one. I know I have been incorporating side decks for my other videos, but I really couldn't put a side deck together. I mean, I had to do much more testing with it to get a side deck, but we do want to see cardboard. We want to see how the deck works. So of course I'm going to be doing the deck profile today, and then in a couple more days it should be the combo video. But without further ado, why don't we just go ahead and look at some cardboard, and I will show you my updated Dark Warrior Turbo list, which isn't dark anymore. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get into the deck profile. Starting off with the main deck, we play the 1 copy of Armageddonite. This is your star of the show, as well as the 1 copy of Dark Grepher. And then we play for other normal summon starters. We play the Aqua Dolphin with the 3 copies of Neo Space Connector. I'm still playing 3 copies of Marauding Captain just because I feel like this is one of your better normal summons. It is really good hand trap bait because Marauding Captain being able to just really have that one effect. It is an older text card, so when you see a Marauding Captain get summoned, you're more likely gonna go ahead and just negate this, because when you negate Marauding Captain, your turn kind of just ends unless you have an extender. So unless you have like Junk Forward or you have Fireflint Lady, then your turn is most likely just gonna end if you don't open up an additional extender. Marauding Captain, it's really good because you just bait out hand traps, and it's cool. I mean, look at this fucking card. Like, you don't get any older than Marauding Captain in a deck in 2021. For other warriors, I do play 2 copies of Immortal Phoenix Gearfried. I do really like this in, not equipped decks. I do like this in any kind of warrior deck. I just feel like having that extra big body, it's a 3000 attack and it has a really good effect. It's like having an additional boss in the deck. It's super easy to make, and it's super easy to summon, and it just has so much versatility in all these different decks that I've been bringing with the warrior strategies. I get that it is a Dark Warrior deck, but in this case it is like just more of a warrior toolbox kind of deck. So I do play the 3 copies of Fireflint Lady still because it is your best extender. And then for your starter, you play just the 2 copies of Junk Forward. I don't feel like 3 was just a little too much in this deck. Granted, you could play 3 if you want to, but I do like the 2. And then I do play 2 copies of Malicious because we are still playing the Savage Dragon combo that I played in my last Dark Warrior build. And I play for the last warrior in the deck, we play the 1 Silent Boots. You don't play Ancient Cloak. I get that Bardiche is back since the last time I did profile this deck, but in this warrior toolbox deck, you don't really need Bardiche since it's not technically just filled with dark warriors anymore like my last list was. That's it for the warrior component. And then I cut it down. I was playing 3 in my last list, I believe, but instead I'm just playing 2 copies of Parallel Exceed. This is just a flex spot. You really don't need to play this. In fact, you could just take these out arguably and play the 3rd junk forward and cut the deck down. I think I am playing about 44 cards in this list, so technically you can just cut the Exceeds and the Time Space Trap Hole, or not Time Space Trap Hole, the Gravedigger Trap Hole, and just not play the Rafflesia engine at all. And you could just go ahead and play other cards, or you can just keep the deck count small, whatever you want to do. It's all just personal preference. And then I play 2 copies of Plague Spreader Zombie, because this is a very key card to the combo, and you need to have 2 of these to resolve the combo every time. I don't see 3 being really it's not a big necessity to play 3 of this, because you really just don't need 3 at all. And then I'm still playing the Rose Dragons, so the White Rose Dragon and the Red Rose Dragon. I get that this got a holo upgrade, but I haven't picked one up, and I don't think I will. I just think the rare is fine, because then you won't have to worry about drawing it. And then I play a Zephyros because he's the elite. And we're still playing Dragoon, so we play Dark Magician and Red Eyes. But that's it for the monster lineup. For the spells, it's essentially the same as the last time I did play this deck. I think there's only just like a few differences. But I do play the Overdone Burial with the 3 DDRs, and then the Phoenix Blade, the Arthrodarter, the Living Fossil, and the Action Unit. Now, these equip spells can literally be anything you want. You really need to have the Phoenix Blade, and you really need to have the DDR. The other 4 equip spells that you play in the deck is not it can just be, the other 4 equip spells in the deck can just be anything you want it to be. But you do need to play the 3 DDR and the Phoenix Blade. And then the 8 equip spells are also necessity, because you do need to have at least 4 Descent in the deck, and you need to have that extra one in case you draw one. So we're trying to summon out Armageddonite every single time. If you don't summon out Armageddonite, then the odds of your combo being as good as it would be as if you did have Armageddonite are not good. That's it for the equips. For other 1-of spells, I do play the 1 copy of Red Eyes Fusion, because we are playing Dragoon. And then everything else is basically the same as the last time I did it. I think the only thing is that I'm not playing Triple Tactics Talent anymore, and that's because I don't have them, because we're not doing real life play. But Call by the Grave, Foolish Burial, Monster Reborn, and Instant Fusion are still as important as ever in this deck, because they just help you combo, they help you go off, and they're just all really powerful cards that you need in this deck. And then that's it for the spell lineup. And lastly, for the traps, we just play the 2. So I'm not playing any hand traps in the main. I wanted to just keep it as brickless as possible, so I just play the 1 Shade Brigandine with the 1 Gravedigger's Trap Hole. So no hand traps, no bricks. It's already a super glass cannon deck. I did not want to go ahead and prone myself to bricking, so I just kept it as simple as possible. So moving on from the main deck, we play 15 extra deck as always. We play the 1 copy of Isolde, and then the 1 copy of Halka Fibrax. These are your 2 big starters in the deck. So basically, once you summon your Isolde, you send your Armageddonite, and then your Armageddonite sends your Plague Spreader, you go into Halka Fibrax, and then depending on what the board situation is, whether you're going first or second, is depending on how you make your plays. So these are the 2 most important cards in the extra deck, and you need to make sure you have them. Debatably, you could play a second Isolde if you want. Again, you could cut the Parallel Exceeds if you like, but it's all just preference. I haven't done too much testing with it. I do like the 2 as opposed to the 3 that I was playing beforehand, but you do need to play these cards. Like, these 2 are a must. And then we play the Anaconda because we're playing Dragoon. I still play Masquerena. This could arguably be cut. I feel like now that we have Anaconda in the deck, Masquerena is not as good as it used to be, but I just play it just in case. Like, debatably, Masquerena could be a Nightmare Phoenix, or it could be like a Topologic Trisbana. It's all just self-preference. I'm just playing the Masquerena because, again, I haven't had too much testing with it. I really just played this deck together just the other day because I had a fan comment asking about an update to it. So this is for my fan. Thank you, and thank you for supporting. So this video is for you. I do play a Nightmare Unicorn still because I feel this is just the best Link 3 in the game. Apollosa because it is also very key to your combo. And Access Code Talker, you play the Access Code because you are trying to combo, and with all the Link summoning that you do during your turn, during your combo, it sets you up for your follow-up turn, or if you're going second, then it helps you OTK like that. So Access Code is very mandatory. If you don't have Access Code, I know it is a pretty pricey card. I would go ahead and play like a Boral Sword Dragon, or maybe a Topologic Trisbana, but I have the Access Code, so I'm just playing the Access Code because it does wonders. And then for Synchros, I play 1 copy of Power Tool Dragon because this is your most important Synchro. It enables a lot of things, like your Red Rose from going off, and getting your DDRs, so that way you can keep abusing Armageddon Knight, even though it is at 1. But you have to play the Powerful Dragon. It is a must. I do play Warlord Savage Dragon. You don't have to play Savage Dragon. You could just take out the Malicious Engine and play the Phantom Knights if you want, but I think having the Savage Dragon is just better because this card is just phenomenal. It does wonders, and I still think it's really good in the meta today. But since I am playing the Parallel Exceeds, I do play the Traptrix Rafflesia. I play a pretty hefty lineup of Xyzs, if I may say so. I do play the Rafflesia, and then I play Exciton Knight. I think Exciton is really slept on in this format with amounts of back row decks and control decks that's going around. After you bait their negations, like what do they have left? You just make an Exciton Knight and then blow up their whole field, and then they have a rough time coming back from that. So Exciton being very vital there. 1 copy of Abyss Dweller. Shouldn't really have to explain too much. This is your like blind rank 4 that you make when you're going first. And then I play 1 copy of Dugaris, the Timeless. I get that this has also gone up in price. I mean, it's about like $8 to $9 from the last time I checked. This card is also what helps you enable your Armageddon Knight from going off very consistently. And then I play only 2 fusions in the extra deck, and this is going to go ahead and round up the deck. We play the 1 copy of Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, and lastly our Carbonala Warrior, because we are playing the instant fusion. And it's a level 4, so it helps you make any of these guys, depending on what your situation is. But yeah guys, that's going to go ahead and actually do it for the deck profile. And yeah guys, that's it. So thank you for tuning into this video. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. Actually, I've been uploading more than once a week now, so it's weird to say this week's video. But yeah, so again, if you saw the beginning of my video, I am in the process of moving. This time for real, I am in the process of moving, but it is coming soon, so you won't be seeing this background much longer. I hope I get to hang these posters where I'm going, but it depends on what my lady says, and, well, what my daughter says. But yeah guys, thank you again for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If there's any questions, comments, concerns you have on the deck, go ahead and leave them in the comments down below. If you haven't checked it out already, go ahead and check down my description below for my social medias. You'll be able to find me posting updates, posting cards that I get, posting upcoming projects. So go ahead and do that. But yeah guys, until next time, this has been Papa, and I will catch you all in the next video. Take care everyone.